The piece of shit that you're married to. Yeah, he clearly doesn't respect you.
Apologize to men again. Do it again.
I hate every man in this
if you
debate,
live a
that's
life
true.
where you've been unsuccessful in relationships, whether it's friendship, love, marriage, whatever it is, I think you're probably the last person in the position to be giving advice what women should do with men.
Okay, we have a doozy today. It's Clementine Ford again.
The beast is back?
The beast is back. So she's gone on like a debate panel with the Wilsons, Andrew Wilson and his wife Rachael Wilson.
Oh, nice.
And some other chick. I'll just call her Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, what's the topic? What are they talking about?
Well, you see, Andrew goes on Piers Morgan quite a bit. Now, Andrew's the guy that roasts all the feminists on the Whatever podcast.
And boy, does he do it well.
He does a good job, yeah.
When you make fun of me, you look at me in my eyes.
Oh, man, look at my eyes. Look at your eyes.
Let's stop. I could just...
Andrew, just stop. Let's see. And a lot of the time, he gets like secondhand flack over his wife because he says she's a stay-at-home mum, she does most of the house chores, and people say, well, she's just subjugated, she's a slave, you're a fucking prick. So anyway, Rachael Wilson gets in touch with Piers Morgan and says, hey, I'd like to be part of the next debate, thank you very much. So Piers gets on the Wilsons, Jennifer Aniston, and Clementine Ford, and it is a train wreck.
Awesome.
Now we've got a quick sponsor, then we'll have a look. Let's go!
Bank of America says many customers said they couldn't log into their accounts, while others reported seeing a zero balance.
It's been months since this first breach happened. Your personal data could have been stolen months ago, and you're just hearing about it now. It's common with these types of breaches. According to IBM, it takes a company an average of 277 days to report a breach. By then, your information has been circulating for 9 months. This isn't even the first breach Bank of America announced this year. And recently, Citigroup and JP Morgan both announced breaches. Your bank could be breached right now. Do you want to give criminals a 9-month head start? That's why it's a really important time to be talking about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to alert you about potential identity theft. They also provide up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. Plus, Aura offers a variety of other features to keep you safe online, including real-time alerts for data breaches, a VPN for secure browsing, data broker opt-out to stop companies from selling your personal information, a password manager to help you create and store strong passwords, and more. Don't leave yourself or your family vulnerable to data breaches. Give Aura a couple of weeks to find out if any of your data's exposed. My viewers can get a free 2-week trial by visiting aura.com/bearing. So this whole thing sort of starts as a debate about feminism, and then it sort of turns into like how you should be raising children. Now the Wilsons obviously have a very conservative view on this because they're like super duper Christians, and Clementine is a Satanist. She's not really a Satanist, but she might be. So we've got a lot to get through, right? I've just taken like the most bombastic bits from Clementine Ford because you know I love a train wreck.
I love sitting down and doing these videos, knowing that you've waded through all the bullshit and just collected the best juicy bits for me to watch.
Well, don't say I never do anything for you, baby. Anyway, so we start off with Rachael Wilson giving her views on feminism.
I think it's the most inefficient, stupid thing we've ever come up with, and that in the future, people will look back at the feminist experiment as a goofy time in history where we tried this wild experiment that failed miserably, and thank God it's over.
Wow. Okay. Well, Clementine Ford, I'm sure that you agree with every word of that, don't you?
Firstly, I'm very glad that you're happily married. It's great. You know, a lot of women are not happily married and they find it very difficult to leave marriages, particularly because of the financial strain. So good for you.
Doesn't she sound fucking patronising already?
Yeah, good for you, bitch. I'm so happy for you, you slut.
So Clementine gets the microphone and off she fucking goes. Watch this.
I do think that your historical understanding of feminism is extremely skewed.
All right, look.
For a start. Let me just finish.
Well, we are going to speed things up a little bit.
And the economy.
Oh, shut up, Clementine. And the economy. No, we've heard enough, lady.
Morgan had to jump in and be like, bitch, we don't have a fucking whole day to talk about feminism, okay?
Yeah, so Clementine's tried to get all like scholarly and like she's citing authors and activists and historians and shit. And like people just want fireworks. You know, shut the fuck up. You're on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Let's get to the juicy shit.
I'm surprised that Andrew let her waffle on that long.
Yeah, well, it gets pretty fiery between them.
I have a question for you, Clementine. It's a very simple question, but I think it'll be an interesting question to ask you. What is a woman?
Piers, I'm not going down the path of debating trans women with you.
I didn't
Trans
mention
women are women.
trans women. I asked you what a woman is.
Okay, I'll tell you. I know that because this is your tactic. This is what you do. What is a woman? I'll tell you what a woman is.
It shouldn't be controversial.
I'll tell you what a woman is.
Okay, I didn't think that Clementine would be in the whole fucking trans inclusion camp.
Really?
No, I didn't. I thought she'd be like a radical feminist. But listen to this answer. This has got to be the most goofy shit I've ever fucking heard.
A woman is someone who has at least at one point in her life felt scared of a man.
That's so fucking dumb.
Where the fuck did that even come from? I'm thinking she's gonna spout some science, some facts, you know? No, it's who the fuck has ever been afraid of a dude?
Or something about like feelings and how you feel inside yourself and like shit about femininity and masculinity, at least something like that. But no, if you've ever been scared of a man, you're a woman.
Yeah. You know, I felt quite afraid of men last night when you showed me that fucking show with the dicks hanging out everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that was funny as fuck. That was, what's his name? John Segura, the comedian.
Sorry?
So
But you guys never want to talk about that.
Hang on.
You guys never want to talk about that.
Heard. So any man who's ever felt afraid of another man is a woman?
No.
What are you
That's
talking
not what I'm saying.
You know, this is exactly why you're wearing that shirt that says repeal. You should put the 19th under it.
So if you're not aware, the 19th Amendment in the American Constitution gives women the right to vote.
Oh, he's pissing her off.
That was pretty fucking savage. Now you know she's seething inside.
Oh yeah, she's getting a lesson in bulldogging here.
What are you talking about? A woman, anybody who has ever at one point been afraid of a man, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Do you have an actual argument here?
Would you let me finish speaking? Or do you
how
just
long
plan
is it going to take for you to finish?
So notice how she says, would you let me finish speaking? Sort of like implying that she hadn't finished her descriptor of a woman. But she fucking had. Let's watch that again.
A woman is someone who has at least at one point in her life felt scared of a man.
Looks pretty finished to me.
End scene.
End sentence. Period. But she does that a lot during this interview. She'll like say, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying. And then goes on to say exactly that. Or like something she claims not to be saying is something she's just clearly said.
Oh, this is a mess.
It's a train wreck and it just gets better. Watch this.
But are you married, Clementine? I've no idea about your situation, but are you married? Do you have kids? What's your deal?
I've got a kid. I'm not married.
Okay, but you have a...
I'm a single mother.
Oh, we're finding out more about Clementine. She's a single mother. So remember all those clips that we show during our videos that show Clementine saying, when I sit down with my boyfriend or my partner, he says, would you stop fucking talking about rape?
I have a boyfriend, which I know is kind of crazy. And he often says to me, can we just make it through one dinner where you don't talk about rape?
They've obviously had a kid and they've split up because Clementine is a bitch.
He obviously literally got tired of talking about all the time. He's like, bitch, I'm gone. I can't stand to hear another fucking word out of your mouth.
Clementine, do you hate men?
No, of course I don't hate men. What an absurd, reductive question.
Well, why did you
think that was
hang
an
on,
interesting
I'm about to follow up.
They hate you.
Why in 2020 did you tweet the coronavirus isn't killing men fast enough?
Oh,
what a bitch.
Now, she could go one of two ways here, right? She could say, yeah, it was a joke. I'm a provocateur, I'm edgy, I'm offensive, and fuck you. Or she could apologise and say, no, I didn't mean it. It was a mistake and I'm really, really sorry. Which one do you think she does?
I don't think she fucking does either.
Watch.
I tweeted that in 2020 as a misguided tweet, but it was actually much of a part of a longer
misguided tweet
thread.
Coronavirus isn't killing men fast enough. You say you don't hate men.
I apologise for it, Piers. Piers.
She apologised for it. I mean, I hate cancel culture as much as the next guy, but it's kind of funny when you see it happen to one of the peddlers of cancel culture.
Okay, but is this an apology with a but? You know what they say, if you hear an apology with a but after it, it's not really a genuine apology.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. I know she's a bitch. You know what I mean? She's always been a bitch. We know that she wants men to die. Like, she's said it a million fucking times. And the worrying thing is that she's got a son.
I'm so sick of talking about men. I have a male baby and it's just all the time, it's feed me, pay me attention to me, engage me. So boring.
Do you think the son brings her a cup of tea in the men's tears cup for Mother's Day?
Oh, God. Yeah, she's got a male tears cup, doesn't she?
Yes.
You thought a deadly pandemic virus wasn't killing men fast enough.
Apologize to men again. Do it again.
Andrew's good quality. If you haven't seen him on whatever, he's fucking funny. I just watch the clips every now and then.
Your perception of your truth is not the same for myself or anyone else.
Yeah, what is truth in a world that you're an eight?
And what societal standards in which country?
I must
In every country on planet Earth, she's not an eight. You're ridiculous.
But he just like eviscerates dumb bitches. It's quite funny.
They're OnlyFans bitches too. They're sluts.
Yeah.
It's like shooting sluts in a barrel.
You haven't apologized to me for saying that you want me to die from the coronavirus.
Well, I would have to consider you a man to apologize you for that,
Say you're sorry. Say you don't even know what a woman is.
Why would I apologize to you? I don't consider you a man.
Andrew, I would like for her to apologize to me because I do not appreciate her saying that my own husband does not respect me. Of course he respects me.
Okay, so here's Rachel saying, apologise to me, Clementine, because you said that my husband doesn't respect me, and I think you're wrong and you're a bitch. Now watch the way Clementine treats this. It's a classic Clementine. I did not do that, but he doesn't respect you. He's a fucking asshole. He's a piece of shit.
It's the sorry but syndrome.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you to tell me if he respects me or not?
You wouldn't have to get paid for this if you had a husband.
I didn't say that he... Where did I even
You did.
mention?
You said he clearly doesn't respect his wife.
You did say that. I heard you say it.
You mean the piece of shit that you're married to? Yeah, he clearly doesn't respect you.
I mean...
Yikes.
Like I said, this is a fucking train wreck. It's just a spectacle.
The clam's lost some weight too, by the way.
Yeah, but not in a good way. I think she's like, I mean, this is weird to say, but like, she looks less freaky when she's fatter.
Yeah, she's like a bit more cuddly when she was fatter, which took a bit of the edge off.
You know what it is though? When someone has such like a negative attitude, when people are pissed off so much, like just miserable all the time, it starts to show on their face. You know who else has it? Is Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, poor Rosie.
I think we'll talk about Rosie later this week. But yeah, she's got that sort of puppet mouth because she frowns all the time.
You're literally calling for the mass culling of men while simultaneously pretending you don't hate men.
Come on, you know that. Don't be disingenuous. You know that that's not what I was calling for. You
did he misinterpret
the tweet? Kill all men. Coronavirus isn't killing men fast enough.
You know that it was a glib tweet, and you know that I also apologized for it shortly after that. You know that I was sincere in my apology.
You didn't apologize to me.
So why you're dragging it out 5 years later?
Can you apologize to Andrew, please?
I mean, like I said, she should have just said, yeah, I said that. Fuck you. I thought you were for free speech. What are you, against jokes now, Piers? Fuck off.
Well, you apologized to me for saying you wanted me to die.
I would not apologize to you if I did something to you, let alone for doing nothing to you.
Even if you did something to me, you wouldn't apologize.
Was that the only time, Clementine? Hang on. I've got a follow-up. I have a follow-up. Clementine, was that the only time you've tweeted that you want all men to be killed?
Oh dear! No, it wasn't, Piers.
No, it wasn't.
She's got a history of doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first one was like kill all men, and then there was like shoot all men into the sun, and then there was like all men should die of COVID. That's all she does.
Do you remember when Milo Yiannopoulos came down to Australia and he posted pictures of her everywhere while people were lining up to get into the building of his shows?
No.
And it just said like fat, ugly or something.
What? Did he really?
He fucking hated her.
Wow. So she's just been put under the pump. Is that the first time you've tweeted that, Clementine?
Yes, why don't you just say what you want to say?
No, I'm just asking you a question. Have you tweeted previously?
I have tweeted prior to that.
Kill all men
as a joke.
As a joke, right?
I have.
As a joke.
So
Very
you
funny.
quite
Very
regularly
funny
think
joke.
it's funny to say that men should be
No,
killed.
I don't quite regularly. There's two examples that you can think of.
Yeah, you don't hate
One
men,
of
but you
which
did
was
tweet
5 years
kill all
ago,
men,
and
and
one
then
of
you
which was
tweeted
at
the
least 10
coronavirus
years
isn't
ago.
killing men fast enough. I put it to you.
Yeah, hang on. I've also
I put it to
I've
you.
also
You probably do
I've
hate
also
men.
tweeted
If
that
you
men
want us
should
all
be fired
dead.
into the sun.
Yeah, so she's saying those other ones were jokes, Piers, you know? I said they should be fired into the sun. Come on, you take that seriously? But Clementine, here's the thing. The joke part of that statement is that we don't yet have the technology to launch something that heavy into the sun. It's not the all men dying part. But like I said, she can joke. I don't care about her joking. But like imagine saying kill all women.
Oh, there'd be hell to pay.
Or coronavirus should be killing more women. You know what I mean? She'd be the first in line to fucking crucify you.
Every man in this
You're not
debate,
happy and
Clementine, you've
successful
said
in
you hate.
relationships with men. You shouldn't be giving advice on it.
Emily, what was that?
So she's finally there. She's saying, I hate every man in this debate. I hate you both. I hate you, Piers. I hate you, Andrew. Andrew's just fucking pissing himself. This is great entertainment.
And finally, Jennifer Aniston said something. I thought she was a billboard for a Colgate commercial for a second. She just sat there smiling. I'm like, what the fuck, is this bitch going to say something?
Well, this was worth the wait because I actually think Jennifer Aniston steals the fucking show here.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, watch this.
I hate
I'm
every man in
saying
this
if you
debate.
live a
That's
life
true.
where you've been unsuccessful in relationships, whether it's friendship, love, marriage, whatever it is, I think you're probably the last person in the position to be giving advice what women should do with men. I mean, I don't feel any animosity
How do
towards
you know
men,
that
even
I've
when it
been
comes to him saying
unsuccessful in friendships and relationships?
Because you said you're a single mum, Clementine. That's an unsuccessful relationship. And Jennifer Aniston's just like, well, you are single.
Yeah.
You know?
Where's your man, bitch? You ain't got no man.
That's a
well, are you a single mom?
That's a very odd. Well, being a single mother doesn't mean that I'm unsuccessful in relationships. I already said before that I have a very beautiful co-parenting relationship with my son's father. He lives in the same apartment building as us.
So let's just break this down, right? Clementine is a very bitter, angry feminist media commentator activist type, right? She lives in the inner city somewhere as a single mother to a male baby who has no backyard.
Oh, God. And she likes to bring up the subject of grape at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I bet this man would try to go and take a shit as often as possible while he was still living with her, just for a moment of peace and quiet.
Yeah.
And what did he have to do? He had to move out of the whole fucking apartment a few levels below.
I mean, a lot of the guts of this debate, I didn't show much of it because it just took up too much time, but a lot of this debate was about like how to raise children properly.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Wilsons saying like, you've got to be conservative, the mum should stay home and like spend time with the kids and all that. You shouldn't do daycare and all that and palm your kids off to other people. And Clementine's just like, no, I've got this right. All the studies say, all the feminists say, all the activists say, I'm a successful single mother with a kid that fucking hates me with no backyard and an estranged husband that lives a few floors below me. I mean, in your instance, yeah, maybe your kid is better off at daycare. Imagine being stuck in an apartment with Clementine Ford.
We've all said terrible things. Piers, you've said terrible things on Twitter.
So she's still on the defense about her tweets, right? And she starts to go into this like, well, we've all said terrible things, Piers. Watch this.
We've all said terrible things and apologised for
Name one. Hang on. What have I said? What have I said? Name one.
Oh, Piers, do you want me to look them up right now?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me just give me a second.
Tell me a terrible thing I said on Twitter.
So she can't name one. She's like, well, do you want me to like do a Google search? Now she actually does it. Watch this.
With Rachel, I thought you were talking while I'm just scrolling through the endless
No, we can all wait, Clementine. The clock is ticking, though. I mean, find one terrible thing that I've tweeted.
Oh, I think that All Lives Matter was pretty bad.
I think that All Lives Matter was pretty bad. Clementine, you have several tweets under your belt. You have several blog posts. It's a matter of public record that you have said several times that you actively think that many, many men should die. And Piers says All Lives Matter, and that's meant to be some fucking big incriminating thing?
That's worse.
Do you not think all lives matter, Clementine?
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Clementine, do all lives matter?
I think that all lives deserve respect.
Do they matter?
I think that in the context...
Do all lives matter, Clementine?
You do know what? All lives do matter.
Racist! She said that all lives matter. Get her, boys.
She is so fucked in this interview. She doesn't know what to do with herself.
She doesn't make any sense. She's contradicted herself many, many times, and all Rachel from Friends had to do was say, "But aren't you a single mother?"
Go, Rachel.
Oh, wow. That was a fucking train wreck.
Oh my God.
It was really hard to split up as well into clips, because you'll notice it was just fucking everywhere because they constantly talk over each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, I love a good train wreck.
Yes, you do.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Visit SugarTits. She has a channel.
Yes, I do.
And we'll catch you later. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Recession session. Give me better ties, give me better ties. Recession session.